Welcome. In this long-format video, you will hear the Book of the Luminaries from the First Book of Enoch, read chapter by chapter, presented in a biblical tone, with an intuitive English rendering, based on ancient manuscript tradition, crafted for immersive listening. Here the heavens are measured, sun and moon, gates and seasons, winds and orders, the hidden clockwork of creation, not to entertain, but to declare that the universe is not chaos. It is appointed, so settle in, and let the lights be counted. The Book of the Luminaries. This is the book of the courses of the luminaries of heaven, the relation of each, according to their kinds, their dominion, and their seasons, according to their names, their places of origin, and their months, which Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, their guide, showed me. He showed me their laws, exactly as they are, how it stands with all the years of the world, even unto eternity, until the new creation is accomplished, which endures unto eternity. And this is the first law of the luminaries. The luminary, the sun, has its rising in the eastern portals of heaven, and its setting in the western portals of heaven. And I saw 6 portals in which the sun rises, and 6 portals in which the sun sets. And the moon rises and sets in these portals also, and the leaders of the stars, and those whom they lead. 6 are in the east, and 6 in the west, each following the other in true and answering order. And many windows are to the right and to the left. Beside these portals, first goes forth the great luminary named the sun, and his circuit is like the circuit of heaven, and he is full of illuminating and heating fire. The wind drives the chariot on which he ascends, and the sun goes down from heaven, and returns by the north, that he may reach the east again. He is guided until he comes to the fitting portal, and shines upon the face of heaven. Thus he rises in the first month in the great portal, which is the 4th of the 6 eastern portals. And in that 4th portal, from which the sun rises in the first month, are 12 window openings from which a flame goes out, when they are opened in their season. For 30 mornings the sun comes forth through that 4th portal, and sets exactly in the 4th portal of the west. In those days the day lengthens each day, and the night shortens each night, until the 30th morning. On that day the day is longer than the night by 1/9 part. The day is 10 parts, and the night 8 parts. Then the sun returns and enters the 5th portal of the east for 30 mornings, and rises from it, and sets in the 5th portal of the west. Then the day becomes longer by 2 parts, and is 11 parts, and the night is shortened, and is 7 parts. Then he returns to the east, and enters the 6th portal, and rises and sets in the 6th portal for 31 mornings, because of its sign. On that day the day is longer than the night, and the day becomes double the night. The day is 12 parts, and the night is 6 parts. Then the sun mounts up, to make the day shorter and the night longer. And he returns to the east, and enters the 6th portal again, and rises and sets for 30 mornings. When 30 mornings are fulfilled, the day decreases by exactly 1 part, and becomes 11 parts, and the night 7. Then the sun goes forth from the 6th portal in the west, and goes to the east, and rises in the 5th portal for 30 mornings, and sets in the 5th portal of the west. On that day the day decreases by 2 parts, and becomes 10 parts, and the night 8 parts. Then the sun goes forth from the 5th portal, and sets in the 5th portal of the west, and rises in the 4th portal for 31 mornings, because of its sign, and sets in the west. On that day the day is made equal with the night, and the day is 9 parts, and the night 9 parts. Then the sun rises from that portal, and sets in the west, and returns to the east, and rises for 30 mornings in the 3rd portal, and sets in the west in the 3rd portal. On that day the night becomes longer than the day, night lengthens beyond night, and day shortens beyond day, until the 30th morning, and the night is 10 parts, and the day 8 parts. Then the sun rises from the 3rd portal, and sets in the 3rd portal of the west. and returns to the east, and rises for 30 mornings in the second portal, and sets in the second portal in the west. On that day the night is 11 parts, and the day 7 parts. Then the sun rises from that second portal, and sets in the second portal of the west, and returns to the east into the first portal for 130 mornings, and sets in the first portal in the west. On that day the night becomes double the day. The night is 12 parts, and the day 6 parts. Then the sun has completed the divisions of his course, and turns again on the divisions of his course, and enters that portal for 30 mornings, and sets in the west opposite it. On that night the night decreases by 1/9 part, and becomes 11 parts, and the day 7 parts. Then the sun returns and enters the second portal in the east, and returns on the divisions of his course, for 30 mornings, rising and setting. On that day the night becomes 10 parts, and the day 8 parts. Then the sun rises from that portal, and sets in the west, and returns to the east, and rises in the third portal for 130 mornings, and sets in the west. On that day the night becomes 9 parts, and the day 9 parts. And the night is equal to the day, and the year is exactly 364 days, and the length of the day and of the night, and the shortness of the day and of the night. These things are separated through the course of the sun. Thus his course becomes longer by day and shorter by night. This is the law and course of the sun and his return, as often as he returns 60 times and rises. The great luminary named the sun for ever and ever. And that which rises is the great luminary, named according to its appearance, as the Lord commanded. As he rises, so he sets. He does not fail, and he does not rest, but he runs day and night, and his light is 7-fold brighter than the moon's light. Yet as to size, their circuits are alike. After this law, I saw another law concerning the smaller luminary, which is named the moon. Her circuit is like the circuit of heaven, and the wind drives her chariot, and light is given to her in a measured portion. Her rising and her setting change each month, and her days are like the days of the sun. When her light is uniform, when she is full, it is 1/7 of the light of the sun. Thus she rises. Her first appearance in the east is on the 30th morning, and on that day she becomes visible. And this is for you the first phase of the moon, on the 30th day together with the sun, in the portal where the sun rises. And half of her goes forth by 1/7 part, and her whole circuit is empty, without light, save 1/7 part of it, and the 14th part of her light. And when she receives 1/7 part of half her light is 1/7 and its half. She sets with the sun, and when the sun rises, the moon rises with him, and receives half of 1 part of light. And in that night, at the beginning of her morning, the moon sets with the sun, and she is not seen that night, having 14 parts and half of 1 of them. And she rises on that day with exactly a 7th part, and she comes forth and recedes from the rising of the sun. And in the days that remain, she becomes bright, in the remaining 13 parts. And I saw another course of law for her, how according to that law, she completes her monthly revolution. And Uriel the holy angel, leader of them all, showed me all these things, their positions, and I wrote down their positions as he showed them, and I wrote down their months as they were, and the appearance of their lights, until 15 days were fulfilled. In single 7th parts she completes all her light in the east, and in single 7th parts she completes all her darkness in the west. In certain months she changes her settings, and in certain months she follows her own peculiar course. In 2 months the moon sets with the sun. In those 2 middle portals, the 3rd and the 4th, she goes forth for 7 days, and turns about, and returns again through the portal where the sun rises, and completes all her light. Then she recedes from the sun, and in 8 days enters the 6th portal, from which the sun goes forth. And when the sun goes forth from the 4th portal, she goes forth 7 days, until she goes forth from the 5th, and turns back again. In 7 days into the 4th portal, and completes all her light. Then she recedes and enters the first portal in 8 days. And she returns again in 7 days into the fourth portal from which the sun goes forth. Thus I saw their station how the moons rose, and how the sun set in those days. If 5 years are gathered together, the sun has an overplus of 30 days, and all the days that accrue to it for one of those 5 years, when they are complete, amount to 364 days. And the overplus of the sun and of the stars is 6 days in 5 years. 6 days each year become 30 days, and the moon falls behind the sun and stars to the number of 30 days. But the sun and the stars bring in all the years exactly. They do not advance nor delay by a single day unto eternity. They complete the years with perfect justice in 364 days. In 3 years there are 1,092 days. In 5 years there are 1,820 days. So that in 8 years there are 2,912 days. For the moon alone, the days in 3 years are 1,062 days. And in 5 years she falls 50 days behind. And in 5 years there are 1,770 days. So that for the moon, the days in 8 years are 2,832 days. For in 8 years she falls behind to the amount of 80 days. And the year is completed truly according to their world stations. And the stations of the sun, which rises and sets through its portals, 30 days in each station. And the leaders of the heads of the thousands, appointed over the whole creation, and over all the stars, have also charge over the 4 intercalary days. They are bound to their office, according to the reckoning of the year. And these serve on the 4 days, which are not counted in the year's count. Because of them men go astray in their reckoning. Yet the luminaries truly serve on their world stations. One in the first portal, one in the third portal of heaven, one in the fourth portal, and one in the sixth portal. And the year's exactness is completed through its 364 stations, for the signs and the seasons and the years and the days. Uriel showed to me, whom the Lord of glory has appointed forever, over all the luminaries of heaven, in heaven and on the earth, that they should rule on the face of heaven, and be seen upon the earth, and be leaders for day and for night, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the ministering creatures that revolve in the chariots of heaven. Likewise Uriel showed me 12 doors, open in the circuit of the sun's chariot in heaven, through which the rays of the sun break forth. From them warmth is poured upon the earth, when they are opened at their appointed seasons. And concerning the winds and the spirit of the dew, there are openings also standing open in the heavens at the ends. And as for the 12 portals in heaven at the ends of the earth, from which go forth the sun and moon and stars, and all the works of heaven in the east and in the west, there are many windows, open to the left and to the right of them. And one window at its season produces warmth, answering to those doors, from which the stars go forth as he commanded them, and wherein they set, according to their number. And I saw chariots in heaven, running through the world, above those portals in which the stars that never set revolve. And one chariot is larger than all the rest, and it makes its course through the whole world. At the ends of the earth I saw 12 portals open to all the quarters of heaven, from which the winds go forth and blow upon the earth. 3 are open on the face of the heavens, and 3 in the west, 3 on the right side of heaven, and 3 on the left. The first 3 are of the east, and 3 are of the north, and 3 are of the south, and 3 are of the west. Through 4 of these come winds of blessing and prosperity. From the other 8 come hurtful winds, and when they are sent, they bring destruction on all the earth, and on the waters upon it, and on all who dwell thereon, and on all things, in the waters and on the land. The first wind, the east wind, comes forth through the first portal in the east, inclining toward the south. From it come desolation, drought, heat, and destruction. Through the second portal in the middle comes what is fitting, and from it come rain, fruitfulness, prosperity, and dew. Through the third portal, toward the north, come cold and drought. After these come the south winds through 3 portals. Through the first portal of them, inclining to the east, comes a hot wind. Through the middle portal next to it come fragrant smells, dew and rain, prosperity and health. Through the third portal, lying toward the west, come dew and rain, locusts and desolation. After these come the north winds. From the 7th portal in the east come dew and rain, locusts and desolation. From the middle portal, in a straight course, come health and rain and dew and prosperity. Through the third portal in the west come cloud and hoarfrost, snow and rain, dew and locusts. After these are the west winds. Through the first portal adjoining the north come dew and hoarfrost, cold and snow and frost. From the middle portal come dew and rain, prosperity and blessing. Through the last portal adjoining the south come drought and desolation, burning and destruction. Thus the 12 portals of the 4 quarters of heaven are completed, and all their laws, all their plagues, and all their benefactions have I shown unto thee, my son Methuselah. The first quarter is called the east, because it is the first. The second is called the south, because there the Most High will descend. Yes, there in a special manner. He who is blessed forever shall descend. The west quarter is named the diminished, because there the luminaries of heaven wane and go down. The fourth quarter, named the north, is divided into 3 parts. The first is for the dwelling of men. The second holds seas of water, the abysses, forests and rivers, darkness and clouds. The third contains the garden of righteousness. And I saw 7 high mountains, higher than all the mountains of the earth. And from them comes hoarfrost, and days and seasons and years pass away. And I saw 7 rivers on the earth, greater than all rivers. One of them, coming from the west, pours its waters into the great sea. And 2 come from the north to the sea and pour their waters into the Erythraean Sea in the east. The remaining 4 come forth from the north to their own sea, 2 of them to the Erythraean Sea, and 2 into the great sea. And they pour themselves out there, and some say into the desert. And I saw 7 great islands, in the sea and in the mainland, 2 in the mainland, and 5 in the great sea. These are the names of the sun. The first is Orgeres, and the second is Tomas. And the moon has 4 names. The first is Asanja, the second Ebla, the third Benes, and the fourth Eri. These are the 2 great luminaries. Their circuit is like the circuit of heaven, and the size of their circuit is alike. In the circuit of the sun are 7 portions of light, added to it more than to the moon, and in measured portions it is transferred, until the 7th portion of the sun is exhausted. And they set and enter the portals of the west, and make their circuit by the north, and come forth through the eastern portals on the face of heaven. And when the moon rises, 1/14th part appears in heaven, and on the 14th day she completes her light. 15 parts of light are transferred to her until the 15th day, when her light is complete, according to the sign of the year. Then she is 15 parts, and she increases by 14th parts. In her waning she decreases, on the first day to 14 parts of her light, on the second to 13, on the third to 12, on the 4th to 11, on the 5th to 10, on the 6th to 9, on the 7th to 8, on the 8th to 7, on the 9th to 6, on the 10th to 5, on the 11th to 4, on the 12th to 3, on the 13th to 2, on the 14th to the half of a 7th, and on the 15th, all the rest of her light disappears. In certain months the month has 29 days, and once 28. And Uriel showed me another law, how light is transferred to the moon, and on which side the sun transfers it to her. Throughout the days of her growing in light, she draws it to herself. when she stands opposite the sun for 14 days, and her light is completed in heaven, and when she is illuminated throughout. Her light is full in heaven. On the first day she is called the new moon, for on that day the light rises upon her. She becomes full moon exactly on the day when the sun sets in the west, and from the east she rises at night, and shines all night, until the sun rises over against her, and she is seen over against the sun. From the side where the moon's light goes forth, she wanes again, until all the light vanishes, and the days of the month are fulfilled, and her circuit is empty, void of light. 3 months she makes of 30 days, and at her season, 3 months of 29 days each, in which she completes her waning, in the first period of time, and in the first portal, for 177 days. In the time of her going out she appears, for 3 months of 30 days each, and for 3 months of 29 each. By night she appears like a man for 20 days each time, and by day she appears like the heaven, and there is nothing in her save her light. And now, my son, I have shown thee everything, and the law of all the stars of heaven is complete. And he showed me all the laws of these for every day, and for every season of rule, and for every year, and for its going forth, and for the order appointed to it, every month, and every week, and the waning of the moon, which takes place in the 6th portal. For in that 6th portal her light is completed, and after that begins the waning, and the waning which takes place in the 1st portal in its season, until 177 days are fulfilled. Reckoned by weeks, it is 25 weeks and 2 days. She falls behind the sun and the order of the stars, exactly 5 days in one period. When this place you see has been traversed, this is the picture and sketch of every luminary, which Uriel the archangel, their leader, showed unto me. And in those days Uriel answered and said to me, Behold, I have shown thee everything, Enoch. I have revealed everything unto thee, that thou shouldst see the sun and this moon, and the leaders of the stars of heaven, and all those who turn them, their tasks, their times, their departures. But in the days of sinners the years shall be shortened, their seed shall be slow, on their lands and fields. All things upon the earth shall alter, and shall not appear in their time. The rain shall be kept back, and heaven shall withhold it. In those times the fruits of the earth shall be backward, they shall not ripen in their time, and the fruits of the trees shall be withheld in their time. The moon shall alter her order, and not appear at her time. And in those days the sun shall be seen, and he shall journey in the evening, and shall shine more brightly than accords with the order of light. And many chiefs of the stars shall transgress the order appointed, and shall alter their orbits and their tasks, and not appear at the seasons prescribed to them. And the whole order of the stars shall be concealed from sinners, and the thoughts of those upon the earth shall err concerning them. They shall be turned from all their ways, and shall err, and take them to be gods. Evil shall be multiplied upon them, and punishment shall come upon them, to destroy all from the face of the earth. And he said unto me, Look, Enoch, upon the heavenly tablets. Read that which is written upon them, and mark every matter. And I looked upon the heavenly tablets, and I read all that was written. And I understood, and I read the book, the deeds of men, of all the children of flesh, who shall be upon the earth, unto the far generations. Then I blessed the great Lord, the King of glory forever. For he made all the works of the world, and his patience is great. And I blessed him for the children of men. And after this I said, Blessed is the man who dies in righteousness and goodness, upon whom no book of unrighteousness is written, and against whom no day of judgment is found. Then the 7 holy ones took me, and they set me upon the earth, before the door of my house. And they said unto me, 1 year we shall leave thee with thy son, that thou mayest give thy last commands. Teach thy children, write it for them. Testify unto all thy children, and in the 2nd year we shall take thee away. And I said within my heart, Blessed be the name of the Lord of spirits. For his word is sure, and his ordering is truth. And now, my son Methuselah, all these things I recount unto thee. I write them, and I set them in order. I have revealed unto thee all things, and I have given thee books concerning them. Therefore keep the books from thy father's hand, and deliver them to the generations of the world. Wisdom have I given unto thee, and to thy children after thee, that they may give it to their children, from generation to generation. It is a wisdom beyond their thought, and they who understand it shall not sleep, but shall listen with the ear, that they may learn, and it shall be sweeter unto them than good food. Blessed are the righteous, blessed are they who walk in the way of righteousness, and sin not as the sinners in the reckoning of all their days. For the sun traverses the heavens, entering and departing by the portals, and the year is reckoned truly with the host of the stars, and with the 4 added days, which divide the 4 portions of the year. Yet many shall err in their reckoning, and shall not recognize them accurately. But these days belong unto the year's account, and they are written and recorded truly forever. And the year is completed in 364 days. This account is sure, and the reckoning exact. For Uriel showed me the luminaries and their laws, months and seasons, festivals and years, and the days appointed. And the Lord of all creation set him over the host of heaven, and he has power over night and day, to cause light to give light unto men, the sun and the moon and the stars, and all the powers of heaven, in their circular courses. And these are the orders of the stars, how they keep their seasons, and their months and their places. There are chiefs appointed to watch that all enter at their times. For leaders divide the 4 portions of the year, and 12 leaders divide the months, and chiefs over thousands to number the days. And over the 4 added days, leaders are set to sunder the parts of the year. Thus are the seasons kept, and the signs upon the earth appear in their time. And now, my son, keep these words, and walk in the truth of this reckoning, and depart not therefrom. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to our channel. New videos are coming soon.